Hello, everybody. We're just
Hello.
finagling stuff a little bit
Hello.
still.
Oh, look, an Arcanine.
But hello, everybody. My name's Yuki, if you haven't been here before. I'm a funny little Kamainu VTuber. Well, Kamainu statue, if we want to be specific. I am here with some new friends for my little segment of Monster Month this month, where we have a bunch of yokai VTubers today. So I will let everybody introduce themselves from left to right. So we'll start with Kuro.
Oh dear. Uh, hello. My name is Kiyashiki Kuroya. I am a Tengu, and I am a innkeeper by lore.
Is there anything you want to share about your channel or anything like that beforehand?
Okay. I generally do gaming, and sometimes I do art. Just recent, like my previous stream itself was a art stream where I was working on a cover illustration because I plan to do a cover soon, and I am still very scared about that one.
Ooh. And we already know who I am, so we can skip me. We'll hop over to Kaji.
Hello, that would be me. My name is Kaji Oriyama. I am a martial artist from the spirit world. I love to play fighting games, but on my channel we also do stuff like Pokemon, and I sometimes host collabs with my friends. Right now we're playing Baldur's Gate 3. So it's a very nice to officially meet you all. Hello.
And then Lycoris.
Clearly. Hello,
Oh,
my name
dear.
is Lycoris Banashi. I don't stream, so this is why I'm very bad at this. I do YouTube. That's
And
it.
they make really cool videos.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I have like a really busy month this month, so I'm gonna be doing like a in real life walking stream, and I'm really excited to do that. But usually I don't stream at all, which is why you get terrible scuff like this. Thank you for having me, by the way. Really fun.
Absolutely. And Lycoris is who I am deferring to for any lore that I may not know, because we will defer to Lycoris as the yokai expert here.
Really not.
So, now that we've gotten through our intros, I'll hop into the first little question for everybody. What was your first experience with yokai, and why did you choose to build your streaming persona around it? And we'll go the same way. We'll start from left to right.
We first came across yokai. Let's see. I think it was from from an anime. What was it called? Oh shit, I forgot the name already. I wrote it down somewhere. Where's the document? No. Okay, let me just quickly Google it. I should be able to find it.
Is it like an old anime?
Yeah, it's one of the older ones.
Inuyasha?
one,
Nurari-hyun?
Yeah, I think it's Nurari-hyun, the one,
Nurari-hyun?
the
Yeah.
guy with the white hair, the one.
Yeah, the Night Parade.
Yeah, that one. That's how I came across yokai and everything, and I've always liked like the traditional Japanese aesthetic and everything. So eventually, when I started VTubing, I just so happened to have this model specifically, and I just went with this one basically. For context, I originally didn't intend to be a VTuber, but I went to an art school and we did have live 2D lessons. So I like traditional Japanese stuff. I like yokai, so I made the Kuroya model, and everyone was telling me like, "Hey, if you have this, you should be a VTuber." I should stream. Why? I mean, you have the model. You can stream. Okay, and that's basically how I kind of started my VTubing career. It's very spontaneous.
And why did you choose a Tengu specifically, or was it just that you had already built that model?
Yeah, I actually already had this model made, and since it was a male model, it became me. But after streaming for almost a year now, this model has really grown on me.
No, it's super cool. It stuck out to me as soon as I saw you on Twitter. I'm like, oh, this is probably the most traditional Tengu that I saw out there because most people, I'll be honest, a
Yeah.
lot of the Tengus that I see out there, they just have like head wings or like maybe a wing here and there. They don't have like a full aesthetic like you've built for yourself.
Yeah, I tried to make sure it fit the Tengu aesthetic as much as I could. Basically having the Tengu mask, the Yamabushi pom poms is you see on my chest, these puff balls. I also have the white tassels.
Mhm.
What are they called again?
They're Shinto. It's supposed to
Yeah, yeah,
show
yeah.
where there's a guardian spirit. Yeah.
Yep. I forgot the Japanese term for it.
I
God
also
dang
don't
it.
know.
And then I have my Odachi and the Tengu fan.
The fan that's hiding a little bit right now.
Yeah, and I also have a wing function.
Nice little wing toggle. I'm hiding you right now.
Shift. Ta-da! I
Alright.
have wings.
We can hop down to the next. So, Kaji, same question. I can repeat it if you need me to, though.
No, no, I have come prepared. I had answered all of these on a notepad earlier today.
I lost my notes.
I'm winging it, so.
So, my first experience with yokai, technically I was born a yokai. My entire family are yokai, so that you may call an experience. But I guess in media, the first thing that I could, come close to saying is yokai related would be Pokemon, because that has a
Ah,
whole lot of, yokai related designs or themes and stuff like that. And I am a huge lover of Pokemon, so it was only natural that I found Japanese monsters to be intriguing.
Absolutely. I mean, I can relate to, since my favorite Pokemon, if people can't tell, might be a certain dog Pokemon that's all
Hmm.
over my channel. No references, no references, definitely not.
Definitely.
I wonder which one is it. Look, I don't know. Looks it
I
looks
mean,
probably an
it
Entei.
depends. Where will he pop up today? Let's see. Let's test this. Is he gonna pop up on my face? Nope. Is he not gonna pop up at all? There he is.
I don't see.
Wow.
Oh, there it is. Oh, the
He's
Hisui,
gonna
the
scare
Hisuian
Kaji
version
instead.
too. It's a Hisuian form too. It's so cute.
Exactly, because they doubled back a lot to the Kamainu roots with Hisui and Growlithe and Arcanine. So I get you
Yeah,
there,
it's adorable.
definitely.
It's adorable. I love it.
And
Oh.
why did you choose to build your streaming persona around it, if you will?
So, I mean, this is me. What you are looking at is literally myself. So,
Absolutely.
I just decided to, have a live 2D made. And the way that I think it fits the theme, I am a huge fan of fighting games, specifically Street Fighter. So I've
Ooh.
always been a fan of stuff like, karate, jujitsu, kendo, etc. So I feel like that Eastern theme of like Eastern martial arts also ties in with the Eastern theme of yokai in a sort of lateral way, I suppose. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of why I think it all comes together.
I like
Awesome.
martial arts too.
Jujutsu Kaisen, get out of here.
I do not
Do you
watch.
do you have experience in martial arts?
Yeah. So I was trained. I practiced a lot as a kid, as a young oni, but not so much recently. Um, Mostly I've
Yeah,
just
I
been
I feel that.
just playing fighting games, and that's my martial art.
I used to practice taekwondo despite being
Oh.
beside being a Japanese one. Taekwondo is Korean.
It's Korean, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I went all the way to just under black belt,
Ooh.
but I
Ooh.
stopped learning due to some other problems.
I was gonna say you were like right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. my parents were hounding me for the next 2 years. Like, why don't you continue classes? I don't have time.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are so cool. I didn't do any martial arts growing up. I'm
I
weak.
have to admit, I did do a form of Kempo until I was a step away from first degree black belt too.
What
So
the hell?
oddly enough, it did happen to me as well. This is a new
So-
lore drop. I've never talked about it.
So
Damn, no way.
this means that all three of us can probably body Lyco.
No.
No, definitely. What the fuck? I mean, I joined the Kuro club, the like Japanese archery club recently, but there's no way I could take you guys in a fight. I'd just die.
I mean, to
No.
be fair, you have a bow. I have a sword.
Who's faster,
From-
the archer or the swordsman?
What makes you think that I can hit the shot though?
You see, I have a bow, but I have not been trained to use it.
Exactly. I mean, I learned European broadsword, but I feel like that doesn't match the lore, so I'm gonna pretend it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
Never happened. I like
mean,
I
it's
like
good-
my
it's good to- it's
friend's
good to
response
mix.
actually. Your
It's good to
martial
mix the
art
styles,
is
though.
K-pop covers.
Oh,
That's
no.
true, I guess. I can dodge. I can like bend back and forth and dodge all your moves coming at me.
So-
floppy flower tricks.
What was your first experience with yokai then as well, Lycoris, and why did you choose to build, I'll adapt the question, your YouTube persona around it, not
Ooh.
streaming persona per se?
I was always a yokai kid. Like, I grew up with Inuyasha. That was my favorite for a very long time because I was introduced to anime when I was literally a baby.
Mhm.
Wow.
And then, of course, I got into Nurarihyo no Mago, and I got into there's this series. I don't know if people know it, but it's called the Morose Mononoke-on. And like I just went on a binge of listening, watching, reading everything about yokai. So I ended up doing a ton of research about the Heian period and the Sengoku period of Japan, like Japanese history. And then I actually wanted to be a Japanese historian as like a career. So I
Oh.
just ended up doing tons and tons of research. And then for an online persona, like for a VTuber, I was like, you know what? I might as well be a yokai. But my first, sorry, there's a train going by. I have a train that I live right next to. Ignore it. But my first identity. So I wasn't Lycoris in the very beginning, but I didn't like debut or do any content at the time. But I was going to be a Keating.
Oh.
okay.
So I always knew I wanted to do something related to being a god or being a yokai. And then when I thought of the Lycoris concept, can you guess what my favorite flower is?
Uh,
I think
I was looking
a hard
it up
one.
last
Rose?
night. Is it
It's
the
a hard
corpse
one.
rose?
Yeah, it's a spider lily.
Or spider lily.
Oh.
So I play this game called Onmyoji, and it's all about
Mhm.
Oh, I
yokai
know
and
that
yokai
one.
lore. So you play it?
I played it a bit, but I didn't play it much.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know
yeah, I also played
enough to
Persona
get
games.
it.
Yeah. So I saw this yokai called the Higanbana, and they are a spider lily goddess. So I was like, you know what? Yoink. So I decided I was going to be a Higanbana yokai.
That was something that I was gonna ask a little bit deeper about, just because I can throw up Tengu, I can throw up Oni in the video prefacing this talk show, but to say Spider Lily Yokai directly, I don't know that there was one personified, so I'm like, I don't know where
There's
to dig.
I kind of made up my own. This is like not a real yokai that people know about.
Mhm.
Basically what happens in like Asian mythology, if a certain inanimate object like stays in existence for over 100 years, it can gain consciousness and sentience and becomes like a form of a god. So it's called a tsukumogami, and that's
Yep.
basically what I personify. I just became a flower that lived for over 100 years, so I gained being, essentially.
Gee,
Also, someone in chat,
give me the brand
you
of the
just brought back
fertilizer.
so much memories to me. Jesus Christ.
Oh, who was it? Kane.
Hey,
Yeah.
Kane knows
That's
his
it's a
stuff.
if you guys know anything about Japanese memes, that's like a video from like 2007, 2009 that got popular on Nico Nico Doga. That's crazy.
Kane actually hosted a big VTuber Kumikyoku.
Yeah?
just a couple months ago. I was in it.
Nice.
Kane is knowledgeable. That's all I know about Kane. He's a funny little guy, but he knows a lot of stuff. Well, maybe not little, but a funny guy. So you just helped me retcon some of my lore for me too, Lycoris, because originally it was just I was forced to be a statue for 100 years, and now I'm just gonna go with that.
There you go.
So basically, we
are-
have two Tsukumogamis.
We're changing history on the fly.
Retcon, yeah,
I mean,
baby.
to be fair, there are plenty of Tsukumogami yokai, like the Karakasa, which is the umbrella,
Yeah, the umbrella.
and then the Akachochin, which is the lantern.
Yeah, those are the
I think
common
there's even
ones
one
that
as a
I've
sandal as well.
seen enough times. So
Just any of the inanimate objects that become yokai, those are Tsukumogami.
Gotcha. So hopping on to the next question. Following that, what do you believe makes your take on your type of yokai so unique, and why did you choose to adapt it in said way? So we'll start from left to right again.
Let's see. I thought, if it's just full traditional, a lot of people have already done something like that. If it's all the way to like tech wear and everything, a lot of people have already done that. So I thought, let's mix traditional and futuristic together. So I had this Tengu warrior traditional tech wear kind of design where I just made all of this. Should I just make my model a little smaller so we can see it better, I guess?
Yeah, we're squeezing everybody in a
Blow it
little bit
up, blow it
tight.
up.
Yeah. So
I really like Kureya's design.
I
From
do
a technical
too.
standpoint.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
There
goes
you
from
go.
like this. We have my armor here and there, and then we have some glowing bits like my tassels here. They glow. The rope here it glows. I have this thing here that is actually in English that says Dai Tengu.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even know that. The little tiny things you don't notice unless you look closely.
And then I have these traditional Tengu shoes, which also has a design on it that I drew, and no one would ever be able to see on stream because no one sees my feet.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
This is like my art dad all over again, putting like the very specific design on my Haori that nobody ever even notices because it's so low.
It's so below the waist.
yeah. I tend to make designs very detailed, which has been the source of pain for several different friends of mine because they tried to draw me once and curse me a lot.
Oh yeah,
And
Twig noticed when they made my 3D model.
You have a 3D model?
I have a Vroid 3D that I was going to use for VOChat
Oh.
stuff, so I don't have like
Ooh.
super high detailed one. But Twig does some cool stuff.
I have dabbled in the world of Maya and before. It is such a pain.
Yeah, I'm more of a 2D guy. I like being flat. All right, we'll hop over to Kaji with the same question.
So, what makes me unique? Well, what is not unique about me is that the fact that I run a dojo, and in Oni Village, where I live, there are like 20 or 30 dojos. But I suppose my specific subset of Oni is Mountain Oni. I hail from the mountains, and there are not super huge amount of us. So normally when you think Oni, you get like, super red Oni or super blue Oni. Mountain Oni usually take on more earthy tones, like you see with me. But I mean, what else? What else could I say? So there's, I suppose.
I like the yellow eyes.
Oh, you do? Thank you.
Yeah, it does fit with the the earthy theme.
It's a good thing we kept your eyes in then.
Yeah. Okay. So before I instead of Video Ninja, I wanted to use the built-in VTube Studio collab because I have it. But for whatever reason, it would not load my pupils.
Yeah,
and I was looking like Sagat. Oh
I
my
guess
goodness.
somehow combined we have too many. I've seen people put 4 models on screen and not exceed the masks, so I'm a little confused on that one. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
do some research.
I was like, hey, I've never had this problem before. Maybe you've got like a bunch of hidden layers.
My model artist might have just given me 4 bajillion. It's probably my hair. My hair has a lot of layers.
Oh, I see. That could do
Ooh.
it. I have a fairly short haircut.
And ponytail.
And Lycoris.
Yeah. I think I already explained what makes me like the unique
Yeah.
version of a yokai, but I figured I might as well just talk a little bit more about it. That
Yeah.
as you can see, I am spider-esque with my many eyes. Maybe on on your screen it doesn't really work because I'm so blurry, but
can see your
I have
eyes.
7 eyes, and I have tendrils that come out of the back of my neck, which are supposed to look like either spider legs or the spider lily tendrils.
Mhm.
So I give off sort of a amalgamation of what the hell are you supposed to be type of vibe. So I truly bring the monster out of like the yokai niche, I guess.
I do really like your design though. The
Thank
whole spider,
you.
the whole spider lily aesthetic. I mean, you can see it straight from the tendrils that are from your shirt. There's a few of those, and then behind your hair, and then even your hair itself, the white.
Yeah, my ahoge, it looks
locks,
like
I guess.
yeah, it looks like tendrils. It's so cute. By the way, because I'm so blurry, I sent you my Fugi if you want to change to that, like to not make your screen look terrible.
We can
I'm
do
fine with
that.
whatever though.
Go. Now we can see you better.
Okay, that's better. That's better.
Oh no, we petrified her.
I'm just gonna nudge
Okay, I'm gonna close
Kaji to the
Video
side
Ninja then, 'cause
ever
I don't
so
want it
slightly.
running.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, I'm better. You know, you
Yeah.
can see my eyes and tendrils better now.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can see the tendrils.
Yeah.
We just don't get to see as much personality, sadly, but we'll go with it.
Don't worry, I have plenty personality to go around.
So, this one's a little bit different, but we'll start from right to left this time.
Okay.
What is one yokai you haven't seen active in VTubing or media that you would like to see? Just because I think Lycoris will have a really good answer for this.
Well, you thought wrong, because I can't think on the spot. There's a ton of just really well-known yokai, in my opinion, that just don't have a VTuber. Maybe it could be because the design is a little bit weird. For example, like Kubinashi, where it doesn't have a neck, but it looks like a person. If you've seen Nurari Hyonomago, you would know Kubinashi.
Yep.
But like that is a little bit hard to do as a VTuber. It would be really cool though. Kuchisake Onna or Futakuchi,
Yep,
where
I
they
know
have
that one.
like very grotesque, they cute anime girl, but then they have a very grotesque toggle, I guess that would happen.
Mhm.
Or anything related to like the water yokai. I haven't seen a lot of water yokai. Like there was a kappa that I saw that was a Japanese VTuber, but there hasn't been like I forget what it's called. But there's a lot of water yokai that I think would work really, really well as a VTuber, but I haven't seen them.
I'm
Yeah,
genuinely
there are plenty of,
surprised because I did dig to try and find a Kappa VTuber, but there is not one that exists. That, or it's just buried behind all of the emotes that exist. I don't know which. It could be one or it could be both.
I don't know. If you find one, let me know because I think kappa are super cute.
I mean, when they're not trying to drag you underwater, yes, I
Or
would
trying
agree.
to grab the ball out of your ass.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I still think that one of the ways to defeat a kappa is like the funniest thing possible, where you just
Yeah, just
bow a bunch
bow.
of times until its water falls out of its head.
Yep. I've had enough experience with the ball grabbing when I was playing Sekiro, because there is like a mini boss in there that will disappear and then reappear behind you and reach up your ass to grab the ball.
Oh my god.
It hurts.
Calm
It
down
really
there.
hurts. It does like 80% of your health in damage.
Damn.
What about you, Kaji? What would you
Hmm.
say?
I had also written down Kappa, so I agree with that one. But something that I really wanted to see is the I'm not sure you probably are familiar, and I don't really know how to say it right. But Roku Rokubi,
Yeah.
the silly super long neck lady.
Yep,
I think
that one.
that would be
Mhm.
hilarious to see like rigged as a VTuber model.
That'd be a fun toggle.
I
Head
think I
swing
think
around
I
the
think a
entire
I think a
screen.
very fun thing is if you could somehow link it to audio. If they get scared or get surprised or anything and speak very loudly, the neck just goes boing.
Oh yeah. Oh, Fujin Raijin twin VTubers would be great.
That
I
would be
guess
Oh
I didn't,
yeah,
cool.
those would be amazing.
I didn't really consider them to be yokai, but yes.
Yeah, but those are more in the realm of gods, which I have
Yeah.
also researched a lot of because I have a ton of useless information in my head.
Same.
I mean, you're surrounded by people who have useless information in their head, I think, because I can speak
that's
to
it.
that as well.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why I became friends with Liko anyway. Our mutual love of yokai is like, oh my god, she knows a lot about yokai. I've never seen anyone else like this. Friend.
Yeah.
What would be yours then, Kuro?
I have a few, honestly. I know Kirin are quite popular. There's Fauna from
Mhm.
Hololive.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the ones I've never really seen are like the Gasha Dokuro, which is the huge skeleton that is the spirit of those who starve to death.
See, I don't
And
think that's
then-
possible as a VTuber though, right?
Yeah, that's true. Unless you know it is like the outfit is more skeleton themed. So you still the clothes you're still a normal person, but they have they are skeleton team, or the body itself is more ethereal and you can actually see a skeleton underneath it.
That's
Yeah.
a different one. Lycoris is smarter than me.
No.
I did
Well, the one on
also
screen
I
right
did
now is
also
the
make
Gasha
with
Dokuro,
Kirin.
the really big skeleton.
I did
Which-
I
Kuya,
did
do you wanna
also
talk about the
design a
lore?
Kirin. Oh yeah, what?
The lore of the Gasha Dokuro.
I mean, it's basically the skeleton, like this massive skeleton that is the collective spirits of those who starve to death.
Mhm.
So they tend to be very destructive.
So that is a
It's,
Baki Kujira, and Kujira means whale, so it means ghost whale.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but the design that Kuria made of like a girl ghost whale is super cute.
yeah. There was a point of time where I just started making a lot of different yokai themed
Jeez
stuff.
Louise.
Wow.
I can also
No,
help
it's
I can
fine, it's
also
fine.
help out with an extra what's it called, yokai.
And then this is the funny lady. The funny lady with the neck and things. This is the
Oh,
funny
we got
lady right
Yukiona
here.
on screen.
Oh, and we have a Yukiona.
Yay.
A little bit of both.
Yes, it's a Yukionna, and her name is Shiro. Her name is Shiroya.
Shiroya Kuroya. Cute.
Yep. She's
Wait, have you
very
guys seen any
small.
like Amaterasu VTuber?
I have not.
Not that I'm
Ooh.
aware of.
I would love to see one though.
The
An Amaterasu or a Kaguya Hime or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Don't
I've
think so.
seen.
Haven't really seen any Hanya people either. Like I've seen people that have like the Hanya mask on their
Yeah.
head. Like I know of one, but as a VTuber, having that toggle to switch to different masks depending on like your mood or your facial expression would be super cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hanya, if you look in the background of the screen, there's different masks for no plays, and those are called Hanya masks. And they're
Yep.
very expressive, and that in different lighting, it will either show like an angry face, a sad face, a happy face. So I think that would work really well as a VTuber model, don't you think?
Also,
definitely.
it also works on angles too because
Yeah.
like the Oni one on the top right, that
Mhm.
one if you look like one of those, it looks kind of frightening if you look at it straight, but if you look at it from above, it actually looks sad.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Ingenuity.
the actor who will be wearing it would first like start the show looking slightly upwards, so it would show the more fearsome face. But as the story progresses, he would actually move his face looking down a little, so that it would actually show the more sorrowful face.
Ironically,
Yeah.
the only like times that I've really actively seen Hanya masks used were when I played Ghostwire. Because like
Oh.
all of the enemies, all of the like main bosses in it have Hanya
Mhm.
masks on.
That's
I just have
cool.
I just have a Tengu mask.
I have a mask
Right.
too, I just never wear it. Where is it?
That is currently being
There it
covered by
Show
this
is.
the mask.
It's the
Ooh.
last little part of my funny rock form.
It's cute.
I like it.
It hides my pretty face though.
You can have that.
All right, so now we'll hop to the next question.
Shiro says she wants to have snacks. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you can go. You can go.
So we'll start from right to left again. What is your favorite yokai, or if you can't immediately think of a yokai per se, monster in media or VTubing?
Is that me? Do I start?
Yes.
Favorite yokai. It's really hard to pinpoint a favorite one. But if I had to say one, it would be the basic Oni.
Just the basic Oni.
The basic Oni, like Kaji. Or like the full red skin or the full blue skin or full green skin with like the tiger pelt, like
The more
shoulder
classic,
strap and
the more
what is it
classic
called?
design.
The bottom skirt, the skirt part. I don't know. There's just something that scratches my brain that it's so good. It's so Japanese, so classic. That
And
I think, yeah,
I think that that's just like, I said it in my video, but I feel like if you don't know yokai deeply, like one of the first ones that comes to your head is the Oni, because the Onis were
right.
like the most standout, and there's a
Yeah,
lot of good Oni waifus out there. Cough, cough.
it's like the quintessential Oni that all other demon-esque things stem from. So like I guess my second favorite would be the dojis, so Shuten Doji and Ibaraki Doji, and they're just bigger versions of an Oni. So
Yep.
And
it makes sense that everything sort of fits around that like aesthetic and musculature and all that.
If I remember
Yeah.
correctly, like Shiten Doji and Ibaraki Doji are called Kijin actually, or something. Were they?
They're a little bit different, but they're always
Yeah.
depicted in like a certain way that reminds you of like an Oni lord.
exactly.
I do really like the fate depiction of Ibaraki. She's very cute.
Yeah.
But I have to make sure that I say, like I said in my video, no, not this one, this one. Because every 2 seconds it was, oh, we're talking about Shootin' Doji. No, not the Fate one. This huge guy that was just killing a bunch of people.
The drunkard.
No, not this tomboy looking person.
Oh,
This creepy looking mofo And then even
Yeah.
going so far as into the Tengu Lord, because Ushiwakamaru was trained by Sojobo. Like, no, not this Ushiwakamaru. And
Who was
Raiko,
trained by Sojobo? Who?
Ushiwakamaru, or
Who's that?
Minamoto no Yoshitsune.
Oh, yeah, Yoshitsune. I only know Yoshitsune's name, not special name.
I only know them as Ushiwakamaru because of Fate.
Oh,
It's
I
also
only
worth
know them
noting
because of
that
real names.
saying Shuten's a drunkard and everything. His name itself,
Is a little drunkard.
Shuten,
He's drunkard, yeah.
Shuten just means drinking wine, and Doji is like child because apparently he was as a human he was a very rowdy disciple, and
Mhm.
like skipped training a lot, drank a lot, and eventually became an Oni.
For sake of me not tangenting too far, I didn't go deep into that, but from all my research, he was supposed to go into training as a monk, but
Yep.
was just
Yep.
getting drunk all the time and being rowdy, and then they're like, yeah, you're an evil kid. And
So
he's like,
basically,
yeah, I
he was a bad
am.
Alcoholism is bad. You turn into a demon.
I mean, if we're being honest, alcoholism is what killed Shuten Doji in the end too, because they just got him
Alcoholism
drunk
is
enough to
good.
chop off his head.
Oh, can I add one more that I really like?
Yeah,
He's not
absolutely.
really a yokai though, or a demon, but I really like Miminashi Hoichi.
Which
Do you know?
No.
I think I've heard of that one.
Okay, he's a biwa hoshi, so he's a guy that plays the biwa, and he's a
Uh-huh.
monk. And then he was invited by a ghost to go and perform at night at like this ghost inn that only he could see, but it was actually a graveyard. So
dear.
what the other monks did was they put symbols and sigils that they drew all over his body so he would be invisible to the ghosts. Except they forgot to paint it on his ears. So the next time the ghost came and asked for him, he couldn't see him except for 2 floating ears. So the ghost ripped the ears off and left.
Ow.
So Miminashi Hoichi literally means in Japanese no ears Hoichi, and Hoichi is his name.
Poor guy.
I am gonna
I like
have
that
to
story a lot.
do some research on that one because that sounds interesting.
I feel bad for him.
Excuse me.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Kaji, what would be your favorite yokai? And you're allowed to say Oni if that's what it is.
All right. Well, I thought we were coming up with specific ones, so I have a couple that stand out to me.
Absolutely.
So firstly, I love Captain from Animal Crossing. He's very, very cool, and he sings on his boat. And then, have you guys seen that Netflix short series Oni Thunder God's Tale?
I kept seeing it popping up when I was doing my research on Oni stuff the other day, but I've never actually watched it.
No,
I haven't seen
it's
it.
good. It's I would say it's fairly pretty okay on like yokai lore.
Mhm.
But it's just nice and fun and cute.
Wait, what is it called?
So it's called Oni Thunder God's Tale.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
very, very cute. Would recommend. It's got George Takei as the Tengu.
Oh, it's got
Ooh.
look at that funny little fella.
Yeah.
He's just a funny little guy. I like him. He's got cool hair too.
He's got a big ol' afro, and he doesn't say any words, but they got Craig Robinson to voice him anyway.
And what would be your favorite yokai, Kuro?
I like a lot of different yokai to be honest.
Let's go top 3
Like-
then.
Okay, like I mean, of course there is Tengu and there is Yuki-onna because these are the first two I decided to make live 2D models out of. And then there's also what's it called? The Itan Moment, which is basically this floating scroll. Yeah, that was
Yep,
very
yep.
cool. Even in the anime, the Inu X Boku SS, that one with the hotel and everything. Yeah, the Ethan Moment is a pretty cute fella.
Mm.
He's a cool guy, and then he's very like airheaded or something.
Oh, he's just...
There was even this small funny bit where it's like where one person you can't leave that idiot alone. What if he gets stuck in a shredder or something?
He's just a
Yeah,
funny little guy that's suffocating a guy. No big deal.
yeah. It's like and then the whole time he's in the shredder is like he's just floating like sees the shredder and he gets stuck in it like,
Oh.
it's not even screaming. He's like
Oh.
Yeah. Ethan Moment's pretty cool. I mean, it strangles a lot of people, but pretty cool.
Yeah. Is there any like Tengu or Yuki-onna specifically in media that you like, or just altogether?
Well, I that's maybe not media, but as a VTuber and everything, I do
Mhm.
have like two very close friends who are also Tengu. So I think that's why like Tengu kind of grew on me more and more as I started streaming.
Because you're
Tengu
flocking
squad.
together.
Yeah, the murder of crows.
Murder of crows.
Are they Dai Tengu or are they Ko Tengu? I can't talk. Jeez.
They never specified it in their lore, but they are both Tengu, and they're both German actually.
German Tengus. That's a
German
new one
Tengu.
for
Yeah.
me.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're both German, but they stream in English.
Ko
That's
Tengu,
cool.
Karasu Tengu, same thing, Pi. Don't come at me like this.
Speaking
I
of
also there's a
Karasu,
bunch of different
yep.
Lycorises that I've met, and we all
Oh,
want to do a collab one day, but I'm the best Lycoris.
Damn.
I'm kidding, but yeah,
Whoever
I
is the
think
strongest Lycoris survives.
yeah, I think it's cool. Everybody's like all Oni collab, all Tengu collab. I think that's so cute.
Absolutely.
yeah.
You're not the first person either. There's actually I have two friends who have both done something. They did like a 5-person collab of
Oh,
people that all share the same name just in different spelling.
Oh wow.
So this would not
That's
be the
so
first
funny.
time, and I'm sure it won't be the last time.
speaking of same names, I have found like a Japanese VTuber who only is pure Japanese and everything.
Mhm.
Her name is also Kiyashiki, and
Oh,
it is the exact same kanji we use.
I don't know enough about
Yeah.
kanji to confirm or deny, but I trust you.
Basically, the Kiyashiki I use is the ki is ghost,
Gotcha.
ya is the house that kanji. Shiki is like kind of like home-ish. Like is the word is yashiki, which is this home building kind of thing.
Your last name is Haunted House.
Basically,
Sick.
ghost house and everything. That's where my name came. That's also where my innkeeper lore came from.
Makes sense.
Because my inn is basically for all types of yokai and even the wary traveler and everything. So yeah, that's why I got this name. And then at one time I was just curious and said, you know what, let's search up this name on Twitter. And then it came out this other VTuber that had the exact same surname. It's like, oh.
Twinsies.
Yeah, and then we have been trying to plan a collab here and there, and I think we're gonna play Apex one day.
I mean,
Nice.
there's 4,000,001 Yukis out there, so I can't say anything. I just got 2 U's because I don't know how to spell canonically.
Yuki. Well, Yuki and Yuki mean different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it's just one is one U is kind of it could be like snow, and two Yukis, two U's is basically like bravery, like Yuki.
Mhm.
Yep.
So the original like lore that I built, if you will, is it was supposed to be I was like trying to find an in between of like protect, courage, bravery, all that kind of stuff. Just being, oh, I've just been a guardian dog for 100 years now. I don't know anything but haha, sit here, funny statue. Let me figure shit out on the fly. So I was just making stuff up as I went.
It works good.
And then I got picked up by Yakuza, but that's a story for another day.
What?
Yeah, fun fact, fun little thing about Yakuza and everything. My 2.0 model is actually Yakuza themed.
I mean,
Oh.
if you look at my alt art, that just I don't know when I'm actually gonna get a model made out of it. It's built around Bosozoku bikers. So
Oh.
even the profile picture that's probably up there still is that alt design because I like to be a guard dog. What can I say? I got that fixer energy.
That's cool.
I've never gone too deep into it because come the day where we can finally rig it, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get to the spooky stuff. Are you guys ready to scare me?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so we'll start from the right. What is your scariest experience or legend that you've heard around your area or in history?
I got you. Wait, is it me? Am I on
Yeah,
the right?
You're on the right.
Okay, I'm directionally challenged. This is a true story that I think I met an ubume.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what an ubume is?
I remember that one. Hang on.
I'm googling right now.
Yeah, so an ubume is the ghost of a mother spirit
Mhm.
Oh
who
dear.
either died in childbirth or died while their infant was a child, or like they both died somehow when they were, mother and baby.
Mhm.
And they are attracted to the sounds of children crying and
Mhm.
things like that at night. Or they will appear and offer you like leaves or random trash on the ground as like money to trade for food for their child that they might have. So this is also documented. I have footage of this on my YouTube, but I was with a friend and we were walking around at night ghost hunting,
Mhm.
as you do
Oh.
in the Japanese countryside. And we were walking down a specific dark side street, and all of a sudden we hear like a family going back into their house, and a kid is like loudly screaming.
Oh no.
And we're like, ooh, spooky. And right after that, like right as we pass that house, suddenly there's a really intense smell of jasmine.
Oh.
And if you are familiar with Southeast Asian ghost lore, if you suddenly smell the smell of jasmine, like the flower jasmine, that means there's a ghost nearby.
Oh.
And you need to turn and leave. Like you need to go. So I was stupid. My friend was the first one to smell it, and she's like, "Do you smell that?" And I was like, "Huh? What? Oh yeah, I do." And I was like, "Uh-oh." And we stood in place for a while because I was freaking out, and she had no idea about that. I was like, "Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go." So what we think happened is the cry of the child attracted an ubume spirit because we were right next to a body of water.
Oh.
Yeah. So a bunch of bad omens. And we booked it out of there. And that was my scary story. It was true. And it doesn't sound scary to you guys, but trust, in the moment, when all these things that you've heard about that are like intrinsic to like ghosts appearing happen all at the same time, it's scary, man.
Trust me, this is definitely like a creepy moment.
I will also, if you still have the VOD, I will hunt down that VOD and trim that part out and toss it in. Just because I need to see it.
Yeah, it's in my 1,000 subscribers special video from a
I
while
will.
ago. I can send you the link on Discord.
Gotcha.
Oh, that freaked me the fuck out. What was that? That's a baby. There's a kid over there. Wait, pants. Oh, that. Holy shit.
It sounded like it was coming right from my head.
I don't know why that scared me so much. Maybe because that is like a. I can't read it, but the character says death.
Oh, that's scary.
So that freaked me out, and then I heard a baby talk.
The baby's voice sounded like it was coming right beside us.
Nice smell. Wait, what does that smell like?
Lavender?
Jasmine?
I can't say that I've ever been that spooked, but that gave me some shivers, because I know that Japanese ghost hunting is not really something to joke around about as much. When the little bit that I've watched out there, because I'm a huge ghost hunting dork. You'll see that on
Yeah.
my channel, a lot of me just sitting there watching really bad ghost hunting. I think it's funny. But like you really notice the shift when they like put on a Japanese ghost hunter versus like this stupid teenager from America, and how like
Yeah.
the respect shifts a little bit. I think there's also like there was conversation, I don't know the validity behind it, but there was stuff said about people trying to keep ghosts away by constantly swearing at them, and I don't know
Yeah.
if that's true. Okay.
No, yeah, in Southeast Asia, that's super common.
So that is the norm then, to just keep shouting F words at them until they go away.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a lot of ghost hunting on media, like in the American media and everything. It's like, oh, and it's always kind of haphazard, or it's always kind of like, oh, look, I have this special kit and everything.
Mm.
Yeah, the entire perspective shifts the moment you go to Southeast Asia. Like the ghost stories in Southeast Asia are genuinely horrifying.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
like-
can
I think-
say for certain, this is not Japan, but this is the Philippines. I was doing a bunch of research on this, and this is a backburnered project right now. But I was learning about Manananggal.
Oh,
and
that one.
Yeah. That stuff. Whew. There's actually
They're really freaky.
there's actually a Manananggal VTuber out there, believe it or not.
Oh.
And you can see their
Ooh.
organs hanging out of the bottom of their body and everything.
Yeah,
Like, the rigging's insane.
Manananggal is scary, and there's also the Pontianak.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
those are all just.
I'm
scary.
fine with yelling Jeffrey at the top of my lungs in a haunted house, but the second I see something like that, nope, I'm out.
Is that the one with the floppy boobs?
Oh.
It's half of their body has torn off of the
Oh.
person,
Oh.
so they're just like a torso, like a flying torso with wings.
That's cool.
And you
I
can
know
still
of the
see their
Indonesian one
organs.
that have like floppy boobs. That's all I know of it.
I mean, that might be tangentially with it, because I mean, as we go through mythos and internationality and all that, like, the myths change, but it might actually be the same thing that we're seeing, if you will. How it's constantly, oh, well, these features are the same, so is that the same thing? Did they see something different? What's going on here?
Maybe.
What would be your spookiest experience, Kaji?
I don't know if I've had a like one specific spooky experience.
Mhm.
But being somebody who lives in the spirit world Midwest, there are a lot of stories about skinwalkers.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Which I really, really love. Basically, like, you know, you can hear stuff like, you know, I'll hear like screams from outside every other night, and it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, okay, those are a lot of them are just coyotes, right?
Yeah.
But then like some you're not really sure, and you know, living around here, you know, near forests, that can I luckily I have never, you know, encountered one that was, you know, angered. You know, as a spirit world, you know, resident, there are a lot of spirits here, and being in spirit world America, there are some skinwalkers around.
Yeah.
But frightening stuff, because it's like, you know, mimicry and skin stealing.
Yeah. It's a
Oh,
concept
that's
of
so scary.
the mimicry, but also something I've talked to my chat about a lot is, I know what forests are like at night.
Oh yeah, those are scary.
I don't fuck with forests at night. Like,
Yeah.
whether it be an animal or something out there, you just you can wait until the morning unless you're like trying to save a person who can't save themselves. You can wait until the morning to go and find that ball or whatever.
Yep.
You don't need to go out there. I'm gonna try and do a dive in on skinwalkers. My uncle is half blood Micmac Native American, so I am gonna
Oh.
see if I can call in some favors and see if I can talk to an elder and see if they're willing to talk about skinwalkers.
Oh dang.
But
That's amazing.
we will see on that. That is, I have to play that very carefully because some people do not like even hearing people talk about them. So
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember there were like some of the tribes or something, like it's strictly a their people thing. Like outsider people aren't even supposed to know about it almost.
mm,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
some of them can get quite like annoyed if other people talk about it. If like from what I've heard.
some people just don't want to even like insinuate anything about it either because I mean, you pull up Skinwalker Hunt on YouTube and you're going to see like 4 billion people saying that they caught a Skinwalker on tape when it was just their
It's like,
EVP
don't
saying
you say-
transform dog, I'm following you, like things like that. Oh, that means it's a Skinwalker automatically.
We found it.
Kuro, what would
Meanwhile.
be your spookiest experience or legend that you've heard?
Let's see. For experience wise, I'm like a little sorry to say I don't really have that many spooky experiences. Apart from like recently almost, I guess. Like since I've like taken on this Tengu persona for a while.
Mhm.
Recently I was just cycling and everything and it was getting a little dark. And at one point I was like, oh, I hear a crow. I was like, oh, that's a pretty big crow. I cycle a bit forward, like, oh, I hear more crows. And then well, that is a lot of crows. Holy Jesus.
Mm.
Some might even
Yeah, that
say a
was-
murder.
Yeah, it was there was at least like 20 of them in that one spot. I was like, what the hell happened here? There was nothing on the ground, there was no food, nothing at all. So there was no dead animal, there was no carcass, there was no dead crow or anything because you know crows tend to investigate and if a crow died.
Mhm.
But there was nothing there, just crows and like失礼します. I just
Family
yeah, I just put my cycling to like minimal speeds. Like don't piss off a single one. I've been cycling for 3 hours. I am tired. If I piss off one of these, I'll be doing cardio for the next 60 minutes, right? Trying to run away from these things.
I mean, animals aren't something to fuck around with sometimes either.
Yeah, there were these many crows. Like, ho, okay, that's a lot of crows. Let's not mess around.
Mm.
Are there
So I just-
any legends that you've ever heard in your area that you can think of?
In my area, not much since I don't really leave the house often.
Fair enough.
I've shut it
We're all
most of the time.
VTubers.
I
Yeah,
know
VTubers.
this is why I do
yes.
this stuff because I don't have enough scary experiences to talk about, so I gotta steal
but,
everybody
as
else's.
when I was younger, like when I was still living with parents and everything, going to school, talking to friends and everything, there was this one thing that stood out a bit. Like, apparently there was this tree in the school that was haunted or something. At one point it was like, oh, the tree is a little too big. We need to cut it down or need to trim it or something.
Mhm.
And apparently, like they say the tree didn't like it because like that very same day they decided they said they were going to cut it down or something. A branch fell on the student.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, the tree did not like it apparently.
Either the tree or
And-
something that was living in the tree that didn't like it.
Yeah, it was strange because they according to like those who looked at the branch and everything, that branch was perfectly healthy. There was no reason for it to drop.
So it really just said slap. You're not allowed to
Yeah.
touch me.
Yeah, so in the end they just decided to trim it instead of cutting it down.
That's fair. If a
Oh,
tree
yeah.
says don't cut me down, you give it a nice
You
little
respect
trim
it.
and you respect it. You take care of it.
Yeah. Don't mess with a tree. They're big. Yeah,
Alright.
I have a very disappointing level of spooky stuff.
That's fine. That's fine. We're just trying to dig up whatever we can because I just like learning about spooky stuff. It's my fatal flaw and my favorite thing. So
Yeah, and of course,
No,
like being a school student and everything, like, there's always the talk about haunted toilets.
Oh, Hanako.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, this toilet here, yeah, that shit's haunted. Why? You go there at this specific time of day. One of the doors are just gonna swing open. And it's like, really? Yeah, you don't believe me? Do it. No.
I can't say that I've had anything fancy happen to me either because it was just I've had like two things that have happened. One time
Mhm.
I saw a curtain lift in the shape of a cat, but the cat was sitting
Uh-huh.
right next to me, and then the other time is just there's something in my room that just likes throwing stuff at me sometimes, but you just get
And
used
you
to it
don't
after a
think
little
that's a
while.
paranormal experience? What?
Yeah, I think
Oh yeah, I
a cat,
might live
I
with
think
a
a cat just
poltergeist,
brought
but
it.
that's nothing.
Nah, the cat
mean-
just brought in a ghost cat.
So
I
the
have double
cat
cats.
the cat was at my apartment, so I don't live there anymore, but this loft that I live in, it's always been a little bit weird. We see stuff at the bottom of the stairs sometimes. The
Oh.
way I look at spirits, if you don't give it the power, can't do much. I just if it starts getting super active, like it threw one of my One Piece statues off of a shelf the other day, I just kind of say, "You're not allowed to do that. Stop that." And then I look back.
You have like
Hey,
the
yo,
most
put it back.
convincing story out of all of us that you live with a fucking spirit, but you're like, oh no, nothing fun has happened to me. You're
It's
a
because they don't
joke.
actually scare me. They just throw stuff. I mean, the weirdest thing that happened was, and I still say that I just think it was an earthquake, was that day where it just chucked my. This was a decently sized like Yamato statue from One Piece, and just chucked it off the shelf. And I'm like, all right, well, let me put it on a shelf that's a little bit more stable because maybe it was just the shelf. And then I have a Datov case with a bunch of my other figures at the bottom of the stairs, and all of a sudden it just starts tapping. And I'm just like, okay, all right, this is weird. Maybe we're just having an earthquake and stuff's falling over, whatever. But it sat there and tapped for about a good 5 minutes.
Huh.
So maybe it was an earthquake. Maybe it's the ghost again. I don't know.
I just
If you
tried to
don't give it
respect
the
whatever
power,
spirits
it
live
can't
in the
do
place.
anything to you.
I guess so. I guess so. I personally would move out upon the first occurrence, but you do you.
I mean, I've been living in this house for 24 years, so ain't nothing new. Ain't
I'm too
nothing
poor.
new.
I'm too poor to move out.
Yeah, that too. Combination of the two.
Yeah, so I live in a small apartment and everything, and living alone. At first it's fine. It's very fun and everything because you get peace, quiet. It's all private. It's very private and everything. And there are times that it just gets a little odd when it's just all dark and you're the only one there. It's like, there better not be a ghost in here.
Yeah.
So something just went bump. Was that outside?
Now we're making you paranoid.
It's 10 a.m.,
So-
girl. Don't worry.
They don't
Yeah,
come
it's-
out this
it's a-
early. They're still sleeping.
So hilariously, in order to combat the feelings of me feeling paranoid about a lot of things, I just created a concept, Ray. Literally, the kanji for that name is just Spirit Ray, and I just created a concept that is a spirit in my room, and I try to coexist with them.
Yeah, that's essentially what I do.
Yeah,
If
so it's
it-
like when I go to bed and everything, it's like, all right, Ray, room is yours. Just you can chill, sit on the chair, something. Just don't drop things here and there.
They better
I'm
be
gonna
paying
go-
rent though. What the hell?
Yeah, for
Free
real.
living?
My rule is just don't touch my feet. That's why I keep them covered by my blankets.
You're not a foot guy.
No, don't touch them. But thank you so much for the millionth time. I'll say the same thing over and over and over again, I guess.
Yeah, it was fun.
And thank
It
you
was-
everybody
it was-
for listening.
Absolutely. And if there's any monsters that you want me to look into after this month, I am still planning on continuing to do this stuff. But I just need suggestions because I'm not smart and I forget things a lot. So
Godzilla.
always sling that stuff in the comments, or if I ever throw up something on Twitter, I will take any comment and do something with it. So I will see everybody next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Woo.